The Film Federation of India has announced that Kiran Rao's film Laapata Ladies has been selected as India's official entry for the 2025 Oscars. This Hindi movie, a light-hearted satire on patriarchy, was picked from a list of 29 films. Other contenders included Animal starring Ranbir Kapoor, Malayalam National Award winning film Atam, and the Cannes winner All We Imagine as Light. Well, joining us now to talk on this big achievement for Laapata Ladies is the lead actress of the film, Pratibha Ranta. Pratibha, welcome to NewsX. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And congratulations to you and of course the entire team. It's a very, very big achievement. My first question to you is, how are you feeling?
I'm extremely happy right now. I literally can't express my feelings right now because, this is something that we all were hoping and never saw that coming. But yesterday, instantly the news broke out and we were like, oh my God, like how to react. I was sitting in a narration and I'm just feeling so happy right now.
Yes, I was just going to ask you that, ki kab pata chala, who told you and what was the first, initial reaction?
I don't know. I was sitting in a narration and my phone is constantly beeping. I'm like, what is happening? I can't even pick my phone because I'm already in between something else. And फिर एकदम से मुझे realize होता है कुछ emergency तो नहीं आ गई है, मुझे इतने सारे calls क्यों आ रहे हैं? And then I realized लापता लेडीज के जितने भी groups थे वो सब activate हुए हैं. And फिर मैंने एक news article पढ़ा and then I got to know and I was so happy. Like, yes. When I came back, I felt like किसी को से झिंझोड़ना नहीं होता है. I had so much of energy and like, what should I do? Where should I go? Like, what should I do? I came back home and I screamed my heart out like, finally, yay!
Yeah. Did you speak to Kiran Rao as well yesterday? Did the team exchange notes? What was that like?
Yeah. I think we all met and ma'am was extremely happy. The entire crew, everyone was so happy. I think 2 साल पहले जो हमने मेहनत की थी ना लापता लेडीज के लिए, आज पिछले कल हम बहुत ही अच्छी तरीके से उस मेहनत को एंजॉय कर पा रहे थे. It was a very different feeling. I can't express how I felt last night.
Yes. और अब butterflies in the stomach है आगे के लिए because now of course this is just the start. India's official entry now. Now the race begins for the Oscars. Everyone's hoping and praying that it's going to make it to that short list of 5 films and hopefully win at the Academy Awards next year.
Yeah, let's see. Let's hope for the best. In fact, I'm right now also, I feel so grateful and I'm happy reaching here. But yes, nevertheless.
And who better than Amir Khan, to help you along that route as well? He's a producer of the film. It's Amir Khan Productions and Geo Studios, of course, who's produced it. He's been at that stage before. He's done it with Lagan, where he went to the Oscars, Pratibha.
Yeah, and I'm sure it must be a proud moment for him also. And yeah, I think it's a proud moment for everyone. Like so many people are calling me and telling me that we feel so proud. So I'm pretty sure like it'll be a nice moment for Amir sir again.
Yeah, let's just talk about now the film, and the journey for you. It was your big Bollywood debut, of course, and what a debut it's been. The kind of love it's got, and also now, of course, this Oscar, shortlist. But just tell us about how the film happened for you. How did you get cast in Laapata Ladies? Let's take you back into memory lane.
So 2 years back, I was auditioning for Laapata Ladies, and I had recorded my self-test and I had sent it to Romil. And after like 1 hour, Romil called me and said that, Pratibha, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Bombay. Kada, come fast. Kiran ma'am wants to meet you. And I'm like, what? I was not expecting that because generally what happens, you audition and then, it's a long process. It might take a month or sometimes, it takes like 2-3 months. But this was very instant. I'm like, okay, wait, I'm coming. Okay, where to come exactly? Just let me know. And then I went. I met Amir sir and Kiran ma'am. Then they took my audition. And it was a beautiful feeling when I entered the room because I knew that, okay, am I going to meet Amir sir and Kiran ma'am for my audition? I don't know whether I'll be able to deliver dialogues because, it's a very overwhelming feeling. But then they made sure to make me feel so comfortable. They were talking to me first, they were telling me, where are you from? And I started talking to them. And then I felt comfortable and then we auditioned. And that's how it happened for me. And uske baad to jo process raha hai shooting ka, that was again a different beautiful story.
Yes, absolutely. And the fact is that the story appealed with so many people. Did what did you make of the response when the film released and became a hit? Because word of mouth really helped it.
Yeah.
Audiences were watching it and loving it and spreading the word, which is why it
Yeah.
ran for so long. So, how was
Yeah.
the audience response for your labor of love?
Audience has responded in the most beautiful way that I could imagine. In fact, today also when I step out, people recognize me and they say, "Oh, Pratibha, you Jaya. Oh my God, we loved the film. We loved your performance." And when someone come up to you and they talk about your film and your work, that hits differently. And I'm that time I don't know how to react, so like I start talking to them. I'm, how are you, like what's happening in your life? Because it's such a beautiful feeling for me right now. In all these last 6 months, I don't know, my life has changed in such a beautiful way. And I'm pretty sure that film has also resonated with people on a very beautiful scale, because our film talks about so many great things.
Yeah.
It talks about equality. It talks about how important it is for every individual to know what they want to do in life, to be financially independent, all these things, these small things. And the film is full of innocence, and it's a very simple film, nothing too complicated to understand. And with comedy it becomes even more fun to watch. I think, yeah, it's a touch wood.
Yeah, and do you believe that's what's also resonated, perhaps the message that the film is giving out on combating patriarchy and on equality, and hopefully that's something which will resonate with world audiences as well.
Yeah, I think so, because at the end of the day, all of us, we really want to do something in our lives. So now, whether it's international or national, the core message remains the same, the core feeling remains the same, and people are resonating with that. And I think that's the most beautiful thing. Like through films, you're able to communicate your message, your feelings, and for that, like, kudos to Kiran ma'am. She's done a beautiful job. She's directed all of us so well. I mean, under her supervision, it was possible that we delivered what we delivered. So yeah.
I watched the film personally. I of course loved it. It was very very nice. And I have to say also Pratibha कि आपका जो किरदार था वो इतना अलग है आपकी असल ज़िंदगी के किरदार से, तो वो चैलेंज कैसा रहा? एंड वंस पीपल सॉ इट, वाज दैट आल्सो लाइक वो पीपल लाइक अरे आप ही हैं जया?
Yeah. That happened. That happens a lot, and I love that feeling, because I got to play someone who's so different than me, who talks in a very different way, who comes from a very different place. But at the end of the day, I realized the core feeling was so similar. Like when I was in Shimla, I wanted to come to Bombay. I wanted to come out of my house and do something for myself. And similarly, even Jaya. And in fact, Jaya is like way more better than me, I feel, because I got to learn so much from that character. But that happens. If I step out, like, people do say that, "Oh my God, like different there's so much of difference
Yeah,
between
let's
you and
talk
Jaya."
about then how that journey for you happened from Shimla to Mumbai. You're of course someone who is not a conventional insider. You've come from outside to the film industry, and now of course you've made a mark and a place for yourself. But how was that journey from Himachal Pradesh to Mumbai for you? When did you first decide you wanted to be an actress, and how did it happen? Of course, you started out with television.
Uh, Actually, when I was very young, I remember watching films with my father, and he would narrate several stories to me, and I would like imagine, okay, ये कैसे होता होगा, क्या होता होगा, फिल्मों की दुनिया क्या होती है. मैंने हमेशा वो टीवी में imagine देखा था अपने around. And some way or the other, when you bring this conversation to your family that, oh, you want to go to Bombay and pursue acting, it becomes little difficult to understand, because we don't see it around. We don't see that thing happening around us. Like we don't see any auditions going on in Shimla. उतनी knowledge नहीं है, information widespread में available नहीं है. So you're mostly clueless, and for you it is a fascinating world out there. You can only imagine. So it was a little difficult for my family initially. But then I told that, listen, I really want to go. I'll do one thing, I'll do my college from Bombay, and simultaneously I'll start auditioning also. So I thought that, okay, maybe 3 years I have here, I'll complete my degree and simultaneously I'll audition. And during that process, when I came to Bombay, within 6 months, I think I got my TV show, and which went on for like 2 years. And then my family, they were quite secured, because even doing a television show was a big deal. So उसके बाद तो my family was like कि ठीक है बेटा, you do what you're doing. I think now we really want to believe in you, and you are making good decisions for yourselves. So that happened, and then I realized that okay, now I've done TV. Now what? Like, should I continue doing that? It was a little difficult situation for me to actually analyze where I want to take my career ahead, because it's difficult to leave something and then try on to something else, because
Yes.
ये stereotype भी था हमेशा से कि टीवी से switch करना, it's a little difficult. But I think the time was so beautiful because OTT coming in, there were so many opportunities available for all of us. Then I started auditioning for OTT web films, and that's when Laapata Ladies happened, and I did that. And after that, Hira Mandi happened. Simultaneously, both the projects happened, and yeah.
Great,
So
and the rest is history, as they say. Uh,
yeah.
what's coming next? Do you have any projects right now that you can share with us?
I'll let you know super soon. Right now, I can't reveal, but yes, super soon I'll let you know.
Okay, there is something in the pipeline, basically, is what you say. What is the advice that Amir Khan and Kiran Rao also give you? I have to ask you, because they're such established names and you've worked with them so early in your career. What advice did they give you for the road ahead?
I think they've always told me one thing, that it's very important for you to be honest and believe in your craft. That's number one. Second, with all of that, you'll get appreciations and you'll get good love. With that, it's very important to stay humble, to stay grounded. I think and they said the combination of these two things will take you long way ahead. And I think that's something really resonated with me, and I also believe in that, because somewhere or the other, even my family has inculcated those things in me, that stay humbled, know where you are from, never forget your roots. So I think that's something I always make sure to hold tight.
Right. You're from Himachal Pradesh, of course. So I have to ask you, has Kangana Ranaut also been an inspiration for you? She was also an outsider. She has also come from Himachal to Mumbai.
Yeah, like growing up, when I watched her performance in Queen and Tanu It's Mannu, it was really very inspiring. And when you come from a small town and someone makes big from your place only, you do look up to that person. You feel like, oh, इन्होंने भी तो कर लिया, हम भी कर सकते हैं. वो feeling resonation रहती है. Like now, when I also go back to Shimla, तो मुझे कितनी यंग लड़कियां मिलती हैं, दे कम अप टू मी एंड दे से दीदी हमें भी एक्टिंग करनी है, एंड आई जस्ट फील लाइक ओ इट्स जस्ट सो ब्यूटीफुल टू सी दोस ड्रीम इन देयर आईज. I think it's a different feeling.
Yeah, and you also believe it's a great time for Indian cinema. Looking at this, of course, this nomination, and we, as I said, hope that it's going to go a long way and make it to the Oscars, your film. But do you believe it's a good time for Indian cinema? The world is looking at us. We saw at Cannes also that film that I said earlier, All We Can Imagine Is Light, which was also in the shortlist. It won the big prize at Cannes. Many other Indian actors are doing so well abroad, like Priyanka Chopra and Alia Bhatt. And now, of course, Laapata Ladies is made it to that big stage. So, good time for Indian cinema overall, Pratibha?
I think it's good time for artists around us. Like, people are really appreciating good work, and that is very important. So I think when you start appreciating good work, automatically, several door opens up. So I think it's altogether a good time for each and every person who wants to pursue acting, because you do have those opportunities.
Okay.
You can get through. Yeah.
Shelly, my final question to you again will be on Laapata Ladies, which is of course the film that's ruling the roost. It did so well at the box office, then of course released on OTT. It got so much love there, and now this big news has come for it. तो एक आखिर में एक कुछ छोटा सा किस्सा बता दीजिए सेट्स का, while you all were filming. तो कुछ बता दीजिए जाते जाते, प्रतिभा.
एक छोटा सा किस्सा तो मैं यही बताऊंगी. मुझे याद है जब हम जया का एक सीन शूट कर रहे थे, जहाँ पे वो ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग के बारे में अपनी फैमिली वालों को बताती है दैट ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग ये है, ऐसा होता है, वैसा होता है. नाउ आई आल्सो कम फ्रॉम अ बैकग्राउंड ऑफ फार्मर्स. माय डैड इज इनटू फार्मिंग. वी हैव एप्पल फार्म्स. I don't know, something instantly resonated in me, and it just happened in 1 or 2 takes. We were done with the scene. And then ma'am came up to me and said, "You go see what you've done. Just go." And I was like, "What did I do? मैंने तो बस normally कर लिया." But like she was able to see that, that innocence and that truth in that scene. So that is why she also got very happy. And I was like, "Yeah, I also love it." So I think that was that one moment that I clearly remember.
Yes, that was of course a special moment, but many other special moments of course have been, I'm sure, on sets and continue to be with this great news as well. Wishing you and the team all the very best for the journey ahead now to the Oscars. Pratibha, thank you so much for being with us today, Pratibha Ranta.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.